Systems theory looks at how groups work together as a system. It talks about how the parts influence each other, and it's based on feedback. It looks at the individual behavior as inseparable from the group, and it tries to understand how people influence one another. What was one piece of advice that was given to you that has altered your perception of those around you?
A piece of advice I was given was Mrs. Cote telling me to be obnoxious. As somebody who's typically excelled in school and extracurriculars, usually frowned upon when you take credit for those accomplishments. And I've constantly people would be, oh, you must be smart, and I would say no. And Miss Cote caught me doing that one day, and she's like, what on earth is wrong with you? Just because you are doing well in something and others may not be doesn't mean you can't be proud of your accomplishments. And it could just kind of change the way I acted, and I stopped trying to hide what I'm proud of now, which is cool.
Have you ever been the victim of peer pressure? How did it affect your actions in the situation?
And today we're going to be talking about
peer pressure.
Yes. So I'll tell you a little story that when me and Myrna went to the bar, we got peer pressure. So late downtown last week, we were just chilling at the bar, with our fake IDs,
Margaritas.
Anyways, so these two young men came and they're telling us to try alcohol, but we didn't want to.
We were already drinking.
We didn't want to. But anyways, he kept peer pressuring us to do it, and we didn't want to do it, but anyways, we did it anyways. We got so drunk, we threw up everywhere, and then we ended up on IVs in the hospital.
Are you likely to go through with something that someone around you has said that they do not agree with?
Yes.
Symbolic interactionism. Language for symbols to understand topics, how individuals act, mental process of interpretation, and determining the meaning of the aspects of the self to each individual. How would you describe yourself to others?
Hi, I'm Mr. Chitero. I would describe myself to others as fun-loving and empathetic.
Okay, I'm really sorry you guys had to see that. Honestly, even I expected a little more from him. He only said 3 words, and honestly, he's department head, and you would expect, a paragraph, but nothing, really. So we're just gonna turn over to Emma.
I would describe myself as someone who always follows their ambitions, who is very compassionate, who is very detail-orientated, and who cares about the people around her.
Pretty smart, athletic, businessman.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Today, I will be telling you how I describe myself to others. First of all, pretty loud person. I don't stop talking, I'm always up in everyone's business because I'm super tall, so I can always be there. Pretty funny, my friends laugh at most of my jokes. Let's hope they don't feel bad for me. Pretty confident as well. I like to speak in public places. Also, I can be annoying at sometimes, but it's only because I am funny. As well, I'm pretty friendly with most people, but not all of them. I won't talk to you. But yeah, overall, I'm just a funny, loud person.
I would describe myself as a hardworking introvert.
I really have no personality. I'm so boring. I had to talk about myself for 2 minutes during a French presentation and I could not do it. They were like, go, describe yourself. And I was like, I'm going into kinesiology.
I would describe myself as charismatic and thoughtful.
I think I am reliable and ambitious.
I would describe myself as a caring and passionate person with all my work that I do.
Bossy and determined.
What are some common perceptions you have of others that make you wary around them?
I see people that are making comments that are racist or homophobic or transphobic, then I try to avoid those people.
What is one thing that you can observe about a person that will ruin your image of them?
When people smoke in public places.
What do these pictures represent to you?
This is a duck.
It's a duck.
This is two people about to kiss and do the sex.
I see both two faces facing each other, and then in between I also see a cup or a chalice.
It's God. It's like an old man. It's like white person God.
It looks like a creepy face with a big mustache looking to the side with a big nose.
It's an old lady.
It looks like a young woman with a feather on her head facing away.
The social exchange theory talks about the fight or flight response to conflict, the honeymoon phase versus reality checks. And then most of it is rational. Comparisons versus expectations, and cost versus benefit. Choose a close friend or a family member and explain the cost and benefit of the relationship.
What are the costs and benefits of a relationship?
Costs and benefits of a relationship with my older brother is that it takes 8 hours to drive out to go see him. He's I feel lonely when he's so far, and but pros, he's always got my back. He texts me from time to time how I'm doing, gives me life advice, helps me with projects, just generally has my back.
How do you solve conflict? Fight or flight?
Fight, because then you just get it over with, I find. And then you talk about your differences, because with flight, you're never going to actually get to it, and you'll never, solve that issue.
Does your company dictate whether or not you make logical or illogical decisions?
Depending on whether I'm with friends or family, I would act more carefree, but if I was around teachers and administrators, I would probably be more reserved.
Explain the circumstances in which you decided to end a relationship or friendship.
The question is, explain the circumstances in which you decided to end a friendship.
I decided to end a friendship because they were unloyal and fake, and I just felt like it was bad for my mental health, so we just parted our ways.